during this session, we're going to be looking at how we can take NotebookLM to create presentations and slideshows. So let's go ahead and get started. We're really going to be using NotebookLM to kind of streamline the process of creating a very visually appealing slideshow. So instead of actually manually creating these slides ourselves in Google Slides, we'll use NotebookLM's ideas. You can always take NotebookLM's ideas and then create your own slideshow from it using Google Slides or Canva, but it is a good way to just sort of synthesize the information that you have and structure it in a way that is good for your students. So in our first example here, we're going to call this the deep research distiller. We're going to convert deep research into visual slides. Dense academic papers or primary source texts can quickly overwhelm visual or younger learners. So we'll use NotebookLM to uncover core metaphors and connections, translating heavy data into custom digestible slide decks. So let's take a look at this. So in this example, I have 6 sources, specifically on ancient Greece, and I asked NotebookLM to create a slideshow. Now I can see my prompts here. Act as an expert K-12 world history teacher. I could even say maybe this is specifically for 9th grade students. I've uploaded historical textbook chapters and primary source texts, and I wanted to create a highly visual comparative presentation. I gave it the actual title of the presentation that I want. Don't just copy text walls, instead distill the core historical concepts, daily life, and governance structures in clean, high contrast slides. So I just gave it some information here and then told it what sources to use. Similar to my other NotebookLM Studio activities, I'm giving it very specific information in there. So when I'm ready to create that slide deck, I'm going to come up here and click on the arrow. And then what you'll notice on this one, which is different than our infographics, is that I have a detailed deck and a presenter slide. So those are my 2 options here. I don't have information here on the style that it's going to use, but I can always add that in at the bottom here. And I'll show you one example a little later where I've actually done that. You can also choose if it's going to be short or just the default. And then again, being able to describe it. You can always change the language here as well. So let's see how this example came out. So I'm going to expand this here, and I can see here are the slides that it has created for me. So it took all that information, kind of distilled it down, added it into my slide deck based on that prompt that I added in there and that I gave it. If there are any slides that I don't like, I can always revise those, and we'll look at what that looks like in just a second here. So this is my slide deck. In our next example, we're going to be looking at a brainstorm to a blueprint. Brainstorming new ideas and creative concepts directly from your source material. That's what we're really asking NotebookLM to do. Instead of just summarizing what's there, we want to instruct NotebookLM to build a pitch or an exploratory deck that imagines what-if scenarios based strictly on our uploaded texts. So in this case, we're not giving it information and asking it to synthesize. We're asking it to create new scenarios or create what-if scenarios here. So in this example, we're going to be looking at Great Gatsby. I have uploaded actually 2 versions of the book. And then I've uploaded here as well information about the project that I actually want to do. So you'll see here in some of these, it actually says slide. So it's giving more information about what I want NotebookLM and the slides to look like. Let's look at the prompt for this one though. The prompt again is going to be you're acting as a high school English teacher. The text is Great Gatsby. I've added project details, which is going to be part of that literary reimagining project. The tone should be inspiring, all of these things. So then in this one here, we do have a little bit of theming in this. So you can kind of see that 1920s Great Gatsby vibe on the left side. And then we are retheming it to an updated version for the what if future situations. So our original and our new scenarios. In our next example, we're looking at, maybe you have created a napkin draft, right? We've all probably done that before. I know I carry a notebook around with me to just like quickly scratch down some notes about what I'm thinking. So you've created this draft and you want to generate polished slides. Maybe you just threw a bunch of things into a Google Doc and you're like, oh, it'd be cool if we could this, and this. So it's just a stream of consciousness, right? Like a brainstorm. You don't need to waste time formatting text boxes or changing the layouts or even coming up with your own graphics. You just jot down quick bullet points and upload, or even upload messy handwritten outlines and just let AI sort of do the heavy lifting for you. So in this example, the only thing that we have uploaded here is a clinical scenario. So we're looking at a brain injury assessment. So all that I have here in this PDF is just some information about like what I want the slide deck to kind of be about. So this is going to be a scenario. The students are going to be looking at specific things. I want it to feel very professional, but it's just my notes of what I want the activity to include. So in this case, we're not actually looking at creating a slide deck with a summary of notes. We want this to be an activity. So what we're looking for when we actually get into the slides, we are looking for participation slides for those students. So let's open these up. So the first thing that I notice on this one, similar to the other ones, but definitely on this one, the theming is awesome. So again, all that I did was uploaded a Google Doc. Then again, we're going to get some information. This seems more like a story is being told in this one versus it being lecture style. So I can see here's a quote. We're getting some great graphics in here as well. And then finally, what I'll see in my last one, let me get down to it, is a lab extension. So this is where we talked about, I want to see that there is a participation slide for my students. So I could absolutely go through these slides as part of my lesson. And then this last slide here is, okay, now you're going to try this with a partner, right? And it's actually giving us something to do with it, with this information. That was part of the PDF that I added. It was part of the instructions. I want the students to participate, and this is what I want them to do. And so then it created a really nice visual for us. I could also just take this single slide and use it and then maybe separate it from these slides here. So let's look at right now, how do we get these slides out of here? Similar to before, I do have that option to share that is going to share a link to the notebook. But if I wanted to export these slides, I have two options. I can export it as a PDF, or I can download it as a PowerPoint. Now, obviously, I could use it in PowerPoint, but if I wanted to use it in Google Docs, which I probably would, if I download it as a PowerPoint and then upload it to my Google Drive, it will convert it to a slideshow, and then I'm able to use it in Google Slides. So let's look at that process. So once I've downloaded the slides, I'm just going to drag them into my Google Drive. And after opening the slides, I have all of that information here. So one thing to note, and you'll notice this versus when we had Gemini create slides for us, this slide is a picture. So I can see this content is all together. I cannot separate the text boxes and the graphics and all of that stuff. If you are watching this video in June 2026, come back next month because we will actually show you a way in Canva to use magic layers to separate these things so that you would be able to change the text or change the pictures if you wanted to. But for now, this is going to come in as a single picture slide. I cannot change anything about it aside from coming in and actually, making a box over that content and typing something else in. So that's just something to note with slide decks in NotebookLM. You're only able to export it in those two ways. And then also when it comes in as that slide deck, it's just going to be single pictures for the content. All right, and our next example, our last example, is creating custom themes and aesthetics. So as I mentioned before, there is no theme picker like there would be on an infographic. So we can kind of sketch out our plan and maybe we're gonna add into our notebook what our theme preference is. We're not locked to generic corporate themes. We're not even locked to those themes that are available in infographics. While those are great, they're also limited. We can create as many types of themes as we'd like. You can prompt NotebookLM to adopt specific themes like a chalkboard, a retro lab notebook, a comic book, anything like that. And it can match the mood of the lesson. So let's see what that looks like in an example. So for this example, I have uploaded our lab safety guidelines. So it's just a list of guidelines. They're broken down into categories, and then each category has about 4 or 5 things that the students need to know, and I want it to create a visual slideshow for me. So maybe this is an example of one where I have an infographic that I print and it's up in my classroom with these things, but then I also have a slideshow that I can go through at the beginning of the school year that gives my students more detailed information about what the lab protocol would be. If I view my prompt here, you can kind of see that I have asked it to apply a cohesive aesthetic theme, which is a nostalgic green school blackboard utilizing colorful handwritten chalk style fonts like white, vibrant yellow, and bright pink text, and hand-drawn layouts. So let's see what this one looks like. So you can see here, I've got my, again, my blackboard style. It's got chalk writing on it. And all of our lab safety information. So it did a pretty awesome job of creating these graphics and creating some of the visuals in there as well. But there's one that I noticed that I'm gonna try to change here. Oh, here's the one. Okay, so I would actually like this yes text and the border around this to be green, and then the no and stop to be red. So I'm going to come up here to the top where it says revise, and I'm going to ask it to change all pink text and graphics to green, and all yellow text and graphics to red. Keep the hand icon red and the lock icon red. Okay, and then we're going to generate a revised deck. While that finishes, just a reminder with this, NotebookLM isn't perfect with all of its creation. We understand that. As I showed before in the example, it comes in as full pictures and maybe you don't want it to do that, but it could maybe provide some inspiration on how you might want to organize information in a slide deck for your students. Remember that you don't need to add a lot of sources in order for it to create a beautiful looking slide deck. Things like your school handbook could be used, maybe even a course syllabus could be used as a single source and then create that slide deck from it. So there's a lot of possibilities that you have within NotebookLM. Let's check out that revised slide deck. So I'm seeing very similar information to what I had before. All of this looks the same. And then here's that slide that I wanted it to change. So I said I wanted it to change this to be green and this one to be red. It kept the information where I wanted the hand and the lock to be red as well. So it did a really good job, and it actually didn't take very long. It did a really good job of recreating just that slide. Everything else stayed the same, but just that slide so it's clear. It's green is yes, red is no. So it did an awesome job of revising those slides for me, and all I had to do was just click that revise and then add a little information. I was pretty specific in my information, so try to be specific, not too generic, especially if you're looking for something special on those slides to be changed. All right, that is it for NotebookLM slide decks. Thanks for watching.